Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 2026 Voter Hall of Fame induction ceremony for Lebanon County. Today, we'll be welcoming a staggering 100 new inductees into this very exclusive club. Just to put that number into perspective, we normally only nominate 1 to 2 a year. To have so many of our local citizens gathered here at the same time, all earning this incredible distinction at once, is an honor for us and a wonderful reflection on Lebanon County. Also gathered here today, we have a number of officials that have traveled from across the Commonwealth to recognize our VIPs. Representing the Department of State, we have Secretary of State and a former election official himself, Al Schmidt. We also have Deputy Secretary for Elections and Commissions, Jonathan Marks, and other members of the state team. From the 9th District of the House of Representatives, and here on behalf of Dan Muser, we have Madison Cullico. And then from the county, we're honored to have Senator Gephardt, Honorable John Schlegel, and Honorable Russ Diamond. But to kick things off, I'd like to introduce our very own county commissioners and Board of Elections. Board Chairman Robert Phillips. Bob Phillips, where is he? Over there. Michael Kuhn, wherever you are. And Joe Ellen Litz. So speaking on behalf of the board will be Michael Kuhn.
Thank you, Sean. The first thing I want to note, looking at this crowd and wondering, how did you get all these kids out of school this time? Just don't understand that. Well, my first item I'd like to do is to thank Sean and his team. You know, they continue to go above and beyond and everything that we do, and I think they're the best voter registration team in the entire state of Pennsylvania. Won't you join me in recognizing them? Welcome, everyone. I'm honored to be here today to honor some great American citizens and some of the most important people in Lebanon County. In attendance today, as Sean mentioned, are honored to have many distinguished members of our state legislature and Madison from Congressman's office and Pennsylvania Secretary of State Al Schmidt. To welcome all these distinguished guests. However, when I referred to some of the most important people in Lebanon County, I wasn't necessarily referring to these officials. No offense, people, but as important as they might be, we're here to recognize and celebrate people who have and continue to make the United States of America the greatest country on this planet. I found Thomas Jefferson once wrote, "We do not have a government by the majority. We have a government by the majority who participate." Our founders understood the importance of a free society and self-governance. They ensured that all American citizens have the right to vote, but the truly greatest Americans, in my opinion, understand the responsibility associated with that right. You, are the true leaders in our community and our great nation. Today, we gather to recognize you right here in Lebanon County. Your commitment is a wonderful example to your neighbors, so thank you. You know, to demonstrate that you are such a great example, just last evening I was asked to participate. Lebanon Valley Chamber of Commerce organized the first ever Civics Bee in Lebanon County, and I was asked to be one of 3 judges. So the students throughout the county, middle school age students, were asked to write an essay to identify a problem, an issue, or something in the community to improve the community or their school, to identify key leaders, resources to enlist to address that issue, and then demonstrate how their idea or plan was consistent with the founding principles of the Constitution. There were 17 entries. They were assembled on the stage at Lebanon High School last night. They were then required to answer a series of civics-related questions. They were very difficult questions. Then the 5 that scored the highest were the finalists, and now the 3 judges, they had to present a 3-minute summary of the key principles in their essay, and then kind of defend it. We were asking questions then, how would you fund this? How would who were the key people you connect with? The winner was a young man by the name of Blake from Anvil Cleona Middle School. His topic was, guess what? Increased voter participation. The opening from his essay was, when I was younger, this is coming from a 14-year-old kid. When I was younger, I used to think that every adult voted. However, I was really surprised to discover recently that only about 34% of all adults in my county participated in the 2025 elections. Again, thank you. I was able to go up to Blake afterwards and talk to him a little bit and tell him about our program here today, and there are plenty of people who are very dedicated and committed to voting. So God bless you and thank you.
When I was younger, I thought everyone voted too, so. All right, before we go any further, I'd like to just take a moment. If you are able to stand, we're going to join in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and now I'd like to introduce the Honorable John Schlegel of the 101st District.
Good afternoon. Sean, first of all, thank you to you and your staff for organizing this event and for inviting me to participate in it. It's truly an honor, and this is certainly a momentous occasion, because today we recognize a remarkable group of citizens in Lebanon County, individuals who have exercised their right to vote not once, not twice, but consistently for 50 consecutive years. That kind of commitment is more than a habit. It is a testament to faith in our democratic process and a deep sense of civic duty. Through times of change, challenge, and progress, you have shown up. Election after election, you have made your voice heard. Your dedication strengthens our community and sets a powerful example for future generations. So on behalf of a grateful community, thank you for your consistency, your patriotism, and your unwavering participation in the foundation of our great republic. Thank you, and God bless you.
Now coming to the floor will be the Honorable Russ Diamond of the 102nd District.
Well, I want to say thank you very much to Sean and the team at the County Board of Elections for putting this together. It is absolutely amazing to me to have this many at one time. And I think it's important to note that far too many Pennsylvanians think we only have elections every 4 years. You know, they only show up when, the big man in D.C. is on the ballot. And that's ridiculous, because that's the government that's the furthest away from us. The government that's closest to us is those ones that we elect in the odd-numbered years: the school boards, the county commissioners, the township supervisors. That's the government that's closest to us. So for all of you here who are being honored today, you're the ones who are shaping the government that's closest to us. And I want to say congratulations and thank you for actually paying attention enough to local government, which is far more important than state government and even more important than federal government. It is the government that's closest to us, and without your participation, that would not happen. And I also want to thank all of you for just being so dedicated. Showing up to vote every time, A lot of people see voting as a privilege. I see it as a civic responsibility and a civic duty. And if you're not doing it, you don't really have room to complain about what's going on in government. So thank you for showing up to vote every time. Hopefully, maybe, one of the votes that you cast was for me at some point. Maybe not, that's okay. I've seen some people here that I know have never voted for me, but that's okay. It's the participation that counts and showing up and being committed to your civic duty. So thank you all. Thank you to the board, and thank you to Commissioner or Secretary Schmidt. Used to be Commissioner Schmidt. Secretary Schmidt for coming down here and recognizing you as well. I think his presence here today just underscores how important this is. So thank you all very much.
If you ever get the chance, Russ wrote a song about the state of Pennsylvania that's worth checking out on Facebook, and he performs it very well. I wasn't sure if you were going to sing it for us today. And Russ, no one's in here has voted for me either, so. All right, joining us next will be Senator Chris Gephardt of the 48th District.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It certainly is an honor to be in a room full of real patriots. You just have to watch the news every night, and you see countries around this world where people are fighting and giving their lives for the right to have the right to vote. And I think one of the things that we forget in this country is how important that is, and how valuable and how big of an honor it is to be able to participate in that process. It's sad that when we see voter turnout numbers and participation numbers, and we see numbers that are basically as low as they've ever been in the history of this country. Representative Diamond Russ was exactly right. We have far too many people in this country that feel like we have elections every 4 years, but we don't. We have elections every year, and every year those elections matter. And so it's certainly just amazing that we have the opportunity to celebrate people that have been committed to that process, that believe in that process, believe in what makes this country what it is, and that's coming out to vote. And that's coming out to make your voice heard, and that we have the opportunity to celebrate people that have done it 50 years in a row is awesome. It's truly awesome. So it's an honor for me to be here with you all, to celebrate with you all, and to celebrate what makes this country what it is. Thanks.
Okay, Diane Gordon, could you join me? So joining me now is Diane from the Department of State. Diane is one of the many people behind the scenes that makes the gears turn, and she's awesome. She's our liaison here, so when I get in trouble with state, she's the one that keeps me out of the doghouse. But I'm not the worst. So we're now going to do a reading of the names of the award winners. Now, because there are so many people, it's a small theater, we have cameras right here and wires. What we're going to do is read the names, but just stay right where you are. Once we complete the program, your awards are going to be at the end, okay? Yeah. Do we want to go? We could go do them first? Yeah. So before we start reading the names, first I'd like to introduce the Secretary of State, Al Schmidt. Don't go far. I almost let you off the hook. That's all right.
You know, in my career in public service, I have had the opportunity to speak at many events, and sometimes it's a few people, and sometimes it's a few hundred people, but there are no events more intimidating than Voter Hall of Fame events because of how cognizant I am and how much I know you care about civic participation and voting in our democratic republic. As Secretary of the Commonwealth, I'm really honored to be here with you today, Lebanon County's most faithful voters. I want to thank Commissioners Kuhn, Litz, and Phillips, and especially Director of Elections, Sean Drasher, who has been just such an incredible election director. And Lebanon County is certainly lucky to have him, for inviting me to this event. It's really a pleasure to join with you, as well as Senator Gephardt and Representative Schlegel and Diamond. The Pennsylvania Voter Hall of Fame was established more than 40 years ago to encourage voting by publicly honoring individuals who have voted in at least 50 consecutive November elections. Currently, the Voter Hall of Fame has more than 25,000 members, including nearly 300 from Lebanon County. A half century of voting is a long time, and it reflects a huge commitment and a tremendous accomplishment. As remarkable as this distinction is, today's inductees include 4 people who have been voting far longer than that. Arlene Miller of Jonestown has been voting for 70 years. Rose Lesher of Lebanon. Actually, each one of these deserves an individual applause. Sorry to go off script. I hope you don't mind. Rose, it's deserving. Rose Lesher of Lebanon for 71 years. Priscilla Wolf of Lebanon for 75 years. And Kenneth Light of Palmyra for 76 years. That is an incredible accomplishment and a testament to your dedication to our republic. For all of today's inductees, there had to be some election days when you were ill, when you were busy, when you had work or family commitments, when the weather was bad, or you faced other challenges that made casting your vote inconvenient. While I haven't been voting as long as you have, while running elections, some years ago, my wife went into labor on election day. She voted on election day. And as soon as the polls closed, I met her at the hospital on election day. In my defense, it was our 3rd child. So no offense, he knows I love him. But yeah, and you persevered through all of this and made exercising your constitutional right to vote a top priority. All of you being honored here today value the future of our Commonwealth and our nation enough to show up to vote every single time. You are role models of civic engagement. Many of you have held elective offices or other roles like Commissioner Litz, or have served your communities in many other ways. Some of you worked as poll workers and enable others to be able to cast their vote and make their voice heard. All of you embody a patriotic commitment to our electoral process and our system of government in the United States. I congratulate you on your good citizenship, and I thank you for inspiring the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary. Okay, now we will do our award acknowledgement.
Water just in case.
All right. You're good.
All right.
All right, in alphabetical order, Gary Andrews, Kathy Sue Andrews, Sharon Ansett, Jeanette Bird, Paul Bird, Elizabeth Courier, Thomas Donnelly, Eugene Eisenhower, Phyllis Engel.
Lynn Fields, Shirley Fortna, Deborah Gates, Dolores Geiswhite, James Geiswhite, Doris Gerber, Betty Gibble, Barbara Umbine, Linda Heimpaker, I'm so sorry if I slaughter these names, I apologize. Larry Hall, that was easy.
That's a good one. Okay. David Harple, Deborah Harris, J. Light Herb, Winifred Hermison, Wendy Herzog, John Hess, John Hoffman, Chester Horst, Betty Jane Huffman.
Joan Louise Hilton, Carol B. Jackson, John A. Jackson, Joanne Jandrositz, Sandra Jones, Michael Kate, Rose Marie Kate, Donald Kreider, Philip Kreider, Judith Kurtz.
Jean Lau, Leela Lebo, Lee Lehman, Linda Lehman, Rosellen Lesher, Cynthia Levengood, Kenneth B. Light, Susan Ann Lipinski, Joellen Litz.
James Logan, Catherine Logan, Laverne Longenecker, Henry Loser, Loser, Joan Lesowicz, Elaine Ledwig, John Levissi, Janet Lilo, Richard Markey,
Carol Martin, Romaine Martin, Gilbert Mason, Bernice Meese, Susan Matura, Sandra Maluski, Larry Meyer, Lyle Meyer, Marina Meyer, Arlene Miller.
Barry Miller, Linnea Miller, Nancy Miller, Shirley Miller, Nicholas Molman, Dean Moyer, Joan Moyer, Heidi Neswinder, Sally Nguyen.
Diana L. Riley, Joellen Riley, Harry Richwine, Charles Sando, Elizabeth Sando, Sandra Sando, Wilbur Rex Sanger, William Schaefer, Barbara Schlegel, James Schlegel.
Deborah Sipe, Ernest Steele, Jack Stouffer, Sally Ann Templin, Pamela Tricamo, Edgar Wagner, Warren Wenger, Diana Whitman.
Margaret Ann Whitman, Priscilla France Wolf, Brenda Wolf, Sandra Wolf, Bonita Jean Wogamuth, Larry Wood, and John Yegley.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, class. All right, you're good.
Am I good to go?
You get to go.
All right.
Well, we're going to have a live performance from the theater here in just a moment. But before that, I just wanted to make a quick remark off script. And we had a few people stand here at this podium today and mention about low participation rates in previous elections. And it is 100% true. And it's frustrating to us. Hey, it's the same amount of work for us. We put on the same election no matter what. We'd like people to show up, right? So when we have 30% or lower turnout rates, that's pretty bad. But I can tell you, when I talk to people in the community, people that come into our office, the most common thing that I hear is, well, I don't even know who the candidates are. I don't even know who's running. Well, I feel for that because I know that it can be a little difficult. It's not just handed you the information, and my office can't give it because we can't have any bias. So I understand there's frustration there, but I just want to call to attention that in this room right now, are people that give you that information. We have Jim over here from Lebtown. We have the Lebanon Daily News with Matt. We have Laura from WLBR sitting right here. We have Fox. We have ABC. We have all the news coverage for our local candidates. If the candidates will participate and respond to the reporters. That's a big one. And then I know if you just seek it out a little bit, these guys right here, they write the stories where they tell you who the candidates are. They tell you what they represent. So I know it's also frustrating for them because sometimes they ask the candidates don't want to answer the questions. So we can't help that. But if you are looking for information, you have an incredible media team here that is getting that information out for the local politicians and for the local candidates. So if you are looking to younger people that are out there like, well, I don't even know who to vote for. Well, you can tell them. We also can point them in the direction of these guys here that will give you the news for you, all right? So not every county has access to a deep level of media that we do here, and they do a great job. So I just wanted to recognize that.
However, when I referred to some of the most important people in Lebanon County, I wasn't necessarily referring to these officials. No offense, people, but participate. Our founders understood the importance of a free society and self-governance. They ensured that all American citizens have right here in Lebanon County. Your commitment is a wonderful example to your neighbors. So thank you. You know, the principles of the Constitution. There were 17 entries. They were assembled on the stage at Lebanon High School last night, where they were then required to answer a series of civics. They had to present a 3-minute summary of their key principles in their essay, and then kind of defend it. We were asking questions then, how would you fund this? How would you? When I was younger, I used to think that every adult voted. However, I was really surprised to discover recently that only about 34% of all.
Your patriotism and your unwavering participation in the foundation of our great republic. Thank you and God bless you.
The government that's closest to us is those ones that we elect in the odd numbered years. The school boards, the county commissioners, the township, which is far more important than state government and even more important than federal government. It is the government that's closest to us, and without your participation, that would not happen.
I almost let you off the hook.
You know, in my career in public service, I have had the opportunity to speak at many events, and sometimes it's a few people, and sometimes it's a few words. I want to thank Commissioners Kuhn, Litz, and Phillips, and especially Director of Elections, Sean Drasher, who has been just such an incredible election director.
Elizabeth Courier, Thomas Donnelly, Eugene Eisenhower, Phyllis Engel.
Lynn Field.
not very far and not hard to find. Somewhere it seems the schedules and schemes are left behind, left behind. I know a place where the lightning springs and our gentle imagining. Over the hills, the wind in the willows sings, how it sings, and you on the wind. Some people say that you're wasting away when you're only wanting to be. Some people think that you swim or you think, but there's just no time to be free. Well, all I know is what I see. Come with me, I know a place where the piper plays.
All right, everyone, say election integrity. William, I would love to have you guys up there. Come on in. I'm sure they won't mind.
I'm so sorry, man, you're right.
Come in now. All right, and last but not least, if you are in the audience, class of 2026,